Fuck yours. Huh? Boy. Hit the booth, approach the mic, and spend my life. I hardly ever write. Settle down and make money. My wife, we fucking every night. Fuck around and catch a flight. I need my mama's pepper steak and rice. I feel like she the only one that make it right. Riding with the chop off safety. I don't feel safe at night. Put your left blinker on, but we gon' make this right.
Can't find them, I'm putting up dollars. You probably thinking that them boys is with you, man. Them niggas ready to rob you. Then travel the globe, I'm a trotter and SK eating the steak with the lobster, yeah. Cross the line with me, boy, you probably couldn't get saved with a Bible. And that boy Benji stay with a rifle.
I just wanna be great. I just wanna make it out. I just wanna make millions like damn. I just wanna be the best.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl China Harvey, aka the Doll. We in the Doll Room 330. I have a special guest here with me today. You may know her as Mama Blue or Miss Karlissa Stafford. Give it up for Karlissa Stafford in the building, y'all, in the Doll Room.
Yes, we is.
Yes. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
You look great. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I bet you didn't think I was coming, did you?
I don't know. It was just up in the air. I was just like, she comes, she don't. At the end
Girl,
of the day.
your name is got Harvey on the end of it. I don't give a fuck if we fighting, if we ain't getting along, if we ain't speaking, if it's about some bread, I'm there.
Gotcha.
Like, you
I
all
appreciate
coming.
it.
The day I said, and I know y'all might not know what's going on, but me and Nikki, prior to this, we had our little beef. I won't call it beef. We just was silent cousins for a minute. And she asked me to come on her podcast, and I seen her making her moves. And I was like, ooh, yay. But damn, we ain't getting along right now. But you know what? In God's timing, because obviously that would have been before Auntie's podcast. I wouldn't have really had a bail yet.
Right.
But I told Faith that day, I told her, no, she can't afford me being funny. But I told Faith, as soon as I go down there, I'm going to pull up no matter what. That's what I did as soon as I get here.
Okay.
You first.
And I appreciate that. And I am going to speak on the only beef that I knew. Like you said, it ain't no beef, but, you know, the misunderstanding. I'm going to speak on that. I did recently get married in August. I didn't send Miss Staffo an invitation to the wedding. I do apologize for not telling you my reason. I assumed you knew or understood, but my apology is because instead of me assuming, I should have just said the reason. But my reason...
I still don't know what the reason is.
Okay, I was going to get to that.
Okay.
My reason was, this is one day out of my life that I can't redo. I can't get back. You're a celebrity. Even though you my cousin all day, you're a celebrity. And I just know people, groupies, and I felt like the spotlight my light would have been dim. Not I'm gonna say all the way, but just a little bit. And you had a wedding. You know the money it costs, all type. I just wanted my day for me.
Oh,
and I thought you understood, but I should have said something instead of not saying nothing.
Yeah.
So again, I do apologize.
That. I get that. Damn, it sucks being a celebrity.
Right, you thought you was gonna come to my wedding, turned up, and everybody just was gonna be all
in the corner with my hoodie on. You was at my wedding.
Yeah,
I was a celebrity before this. I don't know why y'all trying to play with me. You was a celebrity too.
I mean, yeah, but you know, it was just like I said, I should have said something, but that was my fault. But
okay, or had somebody call me, but yeah.
So I definitely
feel so
appreciate
much better. I really do. Because I was on my way over here, I was like, I shouldn't even do this shit for her. She didn't even invite me to the wedding.
But I'm glad we're here to talk about it.
Everybody said they had a good time and it looked amazing, so you did your thing.
Thank you.
You just messed out on a celebrity wedding.
Yeah, we's married. I was married now.
Yes, honey.
I was married now.
I knew you would be. You a good girl. You a good girl.
It's the Leo in us, I believe.
Yeah.
So how's celebrity life?
It has its good days, mostly bad days. But like you said, it's everybody else around you. I never really knew what my son was saying when he was saying the people closest to you is changing. It's not really the celebrity or the person or him per se. The people around you start moving different, you know? And that's kind of where I'm at dealing with it right now. And I feel so bad for not having compassion for him as a celebrity going through all this. Because it's like, what are you talking about? People are changing around you. Like, we're still the same people, nigga. What are you talking about?
Right.
But I get it now. It's like, you feel like we moving different because we asking questions that you can't really answer. And like you said, lights is being dimmed and, you know, some lights is being, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I get it now.
Okay.
I get it now.
You know, the blogs, the media, I really don't follow it because, like I said, you're family to me, and you know everybody.
I feel like y'all be lying when y'all say that.
No, honestly, I promise you, I don't.
I'm like,
I promise you, I don't.
Bitch, I get stopped in the grocery stores.
That's you. I mean, but
do you really not like your son? Does your son hate you in the grocery store? I'm like. You know?
I mean, it's social media. Some people believe content. Some people don't. Some, you know, people who have purpose of being there for monetized only. It's like, you can't believe everything. So it's like, this is my family. I know them in real life. I don't have to watch this. I support it, but I don't watch it. Okay. If that makes sense. So I am kind of lost, but you know, y'all everywhere. So when I'm scrolling or doing me on YouTube or something, it'll come up. But if it's just too much, I'll keep scrolling. Because like I said, y'all my family. I know y'all in real life. I don't have to listen to this and figure out what's true, what ain't, or what's going on.
I do be taking it personal when people be like, you're a horrible mother. And all of y'all just be sitting around not like, but we know her. She's a great mom. But I'm like, damn. I might not have made all this money if they thought I was a great mom.
The internet.
Sometimes you gotta take the blessing with the curse.
The internet is undefeated, honey. I seen you arguing with probably 2 million people when it first started.
Yeah, and you know
that's a lot of people to argue with.
So they got the right person.
You built for it.
You know what I mean? I'm built for it for sure. Because when you're not about to punk me, I don't give a damn if I'm 70 or 90. My daddy will still cuss you out right now. That's where I came from. So, hey.
Okay. The Auntie podcast. I did watch those. Those were amazing. Loved them. That I can't say I did watch.
Had a great time.
You had fun? I was going to ask you, how was that experience?
I'm still fingers crossed hoping that we get to go back in May. I see they trying stuff and they doing stuff and I'm watching the numbers and it ain't doing too much of nothing without us. So I'm really hoping that, you know, we on contract. So hopefully we get a second run in May.
Okay. How's the relationship with you and the ladies that are on the show?
We cool. I think we talk here and there. We've all had our little moments where we like, bitch, you know what I mean? But it'd be like petty stuff. The internet will have you arguing with your mama, literally. Like, it'd be stuff that we don't even realize. And then, you know, as adults in the relationship that we did get to build, we've all gone back like, you know, my bad or whatever. So we're all cool. I love Tokyo, even though she be doing her thing, I be doing my thing. You know, I respect it because that's, you know, her character that she plays, but she's a sweetie pie behind the scene, you know? Mm-hmm. And maybe, you know, just every now and then, you know, she turn up. I don't know.
Okay. Back when, I know you had reached out to me and was saying you was doing something that you had invited me to pull up on in California. But at the time, I was in wedding mode and everything. And then you transitioned to the podcast with the aunties. So it was just like a quick, you know what I'm saying? How is it with just doing podcasts and then you have your own network, your reality show? How do you balance the two?
It was a huge learning experience going on set. So I'm grateful to have seen some stuff and, you know, how things work professionally because I've been out of the game for a long time. Because, you know, me, I kind of skate around and don't really, you know, ruffle feathers on set and stuff. But now that gave me an opportunity to see, like, it's business, it's money, no games, no plan type stuff. So it kind of gave me a sense of how to run my own stuff.
Okay.
So I appreciate the experience either way.
Right. Okay, and at the time when I did reach out to you, when you said I couldn't afford you, I was reaching out because people was inboxing me about the Jocelyn stuff. What was that experience like? Because you and her was...
Okay, so at the time, I didn't know, you know, she was head honcho over there.
Okay.
You know, they just brought somebody in. I have personally never watched Love and Hip Hop a day in my life. So I don't know any of the characters. I've seen stuff on Instagram since I've been on Instagram, but I was never like a fan or somebody who would know, okay, don't cuss out this person, don't cuss out that person. If you talk crazy to me, that's what it is. So she came on there. She had really good energy at first. but I don't know what shifted it, or if the other ladies, because it wasn't me that even she had the problem with originally. I'm just the new booty on set, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna try me because she already know, obviously, the person who really was having a problem.
Okay.
She wasn't getting ready to go for Tokyo because she know Tokyo would have lit that whole shit up.
Okay.
They equal balance on the scale of Zeus. I'm the new booty, so as soon as she say something, I'm gonna get my anger out. Well, of course, me being who I am, that wasn't gonna work either. I don't give a fuck if I just got here yesterday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I gave her the same energy she gave back. But then I had to also balance that, you know, I'm executive producer on this project. I'm not just a talent.
Gotcha.
You know, and a lot of people didn't know that. So it's like, you still have to remain professional. So I took a seat back. That was my idea. That wasn't production's idea.
Are you talking about when she wanted
I went to
you
sit
off
down,
the
when
set?
she wanted me off the set,
Gotcha.
I wanted the interview, you know.
Okay.
I wanted to say, you know, I executive produced her.
Gotcha.
She didn't know where my head was. My head was all in my bag of, you know, when I get to Netflix, she was on my show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was making sure that it was like, okay, let's keep getting the interview, because we was only in like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I needed that full episode for my resume.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, let me take my seat over here and let her have the seat. It's a free day for me. So, you know, I had a people free day. And I watched them do the interview, and it was lame and it was fucking boring after I left, right? But we piped it up. The numbers was definitely... I watched that shit like, girl, y'all better be lucky I turned up.
Okay, and like you said, executive producer, you wear so many hats in everything in your life. With Callie, she's doing amazing and everything. How do you balance? Because I see that you support her to the fullest. So how do you balance momager type support? You know.
Well, you know, when they was little, I was, you know, been trying to get them all into some type of television when they was kids. So that's the same momentum for me. It's just like, Blue is a great quarterback. He's a gatekeeper. He's not like, you do this, you do this, you do this type of person. He just kind of pays the bill, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of the, like, okay, you over here, this your spot, this your spot. So I really just try to play a role in, you know, that's what I was doing with our show, was letting people know that Callie is an amazing actress, whether it's reality or television. Like, she can read a script, get it down, get it done. And you're going to be amazed at the results. A lot of people don't know that about her.
Right.
She's probably one of the best in our circle. You know, Dre wasn't really too interested.
Right.
So I just try to, like, even with Jaden and everybody that's, you know, added to the circus now, I try to, you know, uplift them and keep them moving, and just letting them know, like, I know this doesn't come easy. For some of us, it just does, because this has just been our thing our whole life. But you got to jump in here like double dutch, bitch, and get to jumping.
Right.
So I'm just trying to, you know, make sure that at the end of the day, everybody has their own plate and they're not eating off mine.
Okay, and how is Blue doing?
I didn't really, thank God, get to see, like, the rough part for him. I know it's really hard for him. Silence is not really his thing. So I know he probably took it harder than the average person. And I was lucky enough that, you know, we was going through our emotions, that we wasn't speaking. I didn't really get to hear it. Because, you know, as a mom, you're waiting on that day for them to be like, get me the fuck up out of here. And you know I will figure out how. Mm-hmm. But I feel like now he's coming around more spiritually and more like, and he's maturing. I'm seeing maturity on him. I'm seeing that he's seeing something now that maybe he missed. And, you know, I'm not the best person with the delivery, and my delivery could have just fucked all the pieces up for him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when I think about it, I'm like, damn, it's your delivery, girl. But I'm like, by now, at 28 years old, if you don't know, nigga, when I tell you, you can't handle that, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been on both sides of the spectrum. You know, we done swung both ways. So we know what it's like to be with a man and a woman.
Definitely.
And we know how things could go just from the beginning of the relationship. So I feel like he was just excited. Like, she's a very exciting young lady. She's, you know, she's all of the excitement. She's all of the entertainment. And I'm pretty sure he was fond of that, but it's like, whoa, come back here.
Okay.
You know, and he didn't want to listen. And, you know, now that he's sitting down and probably analyzing everything that I said, he'll never say, "You was right, Mom." But I know he now sees, like, I could have avoided a lot of this.
Okay. And with you running the show, the LA Family Blues, in the beginning, I seen the comments about Blue wasn't on the show as much. How did you balance that out? Or you didn't care, or?
Well, we knew going in that we couldn't, like, be a kumbaya, and we had to be, like, we had to show the raw, the real that we go through as a family. Because we noticed from the beginning we were taking pictures for the show, which was way before we had any of this had came about. We were noticed that we weren't getting a lot of support as a happy family.
Okay.
So it's like, well, let's show these motherfuckers what real black family is. And I think people today really just want to see, like, how y'all still love each other through all this shit.
Right.
And I feel like that's really what people are getting out of this whole thing. It's like, you know, because people turn off their family members. Like, you and I could have never spoke again. And that probably would have been cool for you. You know what I mean? You probably would have, after I said you can't afford me, blase, blase, you probably was like, well, shit, I ain't gonna never hit her back up. But you know,
I sent you the thumbs up because I knew my reason, and it wasn't a reason to argue. But I'm just like, she don't know what the reason is. That's why I just sent the thumbs up.
because you knew and I didn't.
Right. That's why I'm like, I ain't no need for me to go back and forth.
But what really made me pull up, though, is that you didn't go through the back door. Because you could have went and told all my motherfucking business. You could have went and lit the shit up. Like, I was with the bitch when she had the crabs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had no crabs before. I mean, I did, but I didn't. But you know what I'm saying? You could have lit the shit up and let people know all my shit.
Right, because we actually lived together growing up with our grandmother. Right.
Yeah, you know what it's like. So when you didn't use that against me, it was like, oh, for sure I'm pulling up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's family.
Right.
You know? That, because you could have took a back door like everybody else doing. Okay. I mean, the back door ain't always open, though.
Right.
But I appreciate, like, you know, the loyalty that was given.
Okay.
You know, throughout this time.
Okay. Definitely. As a mother and as an executive producer, a celebrity mom, in the beginning, you know, everybody go into things some people go in them without plans. Some people do. What is the end goal for LA Family Blues for you?
The end goal is a Netflix series. Okay. So as we are going through all of these trials and these tribulations, I'm like writing also my book, but I'm also just writing like this. When you step out and you look in at this shit, I'm like, damn, this shit was like way more powerful than any family series that you've ever watched so far. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many players and so much talent that, you know, that's unexpected talent, you know? Callie rapping, Jaden rapping, like that was unexpected, you know?
And how's you and her relationship, Jaden?
She hasn't really fully come to terms that she can trust me because of, you know, how I spazzed out when we fell out. But you know how I am about my grandkids. You know, I'll say stuff like, that's fucked up, but that's how I feel at the time. Because I'm like, I did way too much for my kids in my eyes. Now, you know, what their perspective is could be totally different. But in my eyes, I did way too much to be having to go through what they going through. You know what I'm saying? I literally stand next to Kris Jenner when it comes to my kids. You know, there's no way I should be being, you know, in the category that I'm in. Let's just put it there. I should never have to be in this category. This is what I'm doing and what's going on. Maybe I needed it to humble me, but it's totally in my heart beneath me. Okay. But it's okay because they're my kids. So.
Okay, my other question I have for you, the drama in the blogs with the family stuff and everything, has it affected not your immediate family, as far as siblings, parents, and all that, but because I'm your cousin on our dad's side. You have other cousins on your other side. Has any of the celebrity drama or anything affected your relationship with your other outside cousins or anything?
I feel like a lot of family members have like just taken a step back, you know, whether they just don't want to get involved or they're embarrassed or, you know, I feel like people have just taken a step back. I haven't had really time to like hang out with family or friends or, you know what I mean? I've been like really, really working because at the end of the day, the last thing I want is for all of this to be in vain. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We all look up 3 years from now and we like, where's the bag at? You know?
Right.
So, no, I really haven't had any other family members. I mean, I'm struggling with, my sister's trying to go through that back door. That it hurts. It really hurts because you be, when we get into some shit, we calling each other, whether we mad or not. We pulling up for each other.
Right.
And I really thought that my sisters.
It's okay. Take a minute.
I really thought that no matter how shit got in the streets or heavy, that I'll be able to call them and we'll hide this shit together. We'll roll a body in the ditch together. Whatever the case may be. Like, if life came for me, I really thought Carletta would be like my person. So to see her out there starving like that, because you got to be starving to side with the enemy. You got to be starving. You know what I mean? To see that is like, damn, I'm not moving fast enough. I'm moving too slow.
Do you think any of this is fixable with your siblings?
Everything is fixable. I mean, I'll always love all my siblings, but I don't think you can ever, like, when I say, this the person I'm rolling a body in a ditch with, you can't take that back. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't have nobody in this world that I trust, not even my kids no more, except for my husband.
Okay. It seemed like you and Faith been hanging out lately. How's that going?
Oh, that's my rock. She's been there to try to catch me, support me, But you know how she is. Her thing is that she, I'm the older sister. No matter what I'm doing, whatever I'm doing, I can afford to do it. You know what I mean? And her thing is, like, she wants to, like, appear to be holding me accountable. And I'm like, bitch, what you need to be doing is standing next to me saying, who want this? You know what I'm saying? Who want it? This is not the time for you to be playing David and Goliath. You know what I'm saying? Like, we at war, and either you over here or you over there. And I don't need you to be trying to hold me accountable, because I can hold myself accountable. And I feel like her fight should be, like, with me, no matter. I don't give a fuck if I said anything about somebody's baby. Blue is my baby. I don't care what y'all say about, oh, this, oh, that. That's how I feel, too. You know what I'm saying? My son's life is ruined, And everything can be fixed, but for him to have to go down this road when I tried to stop him is like, oh my God.
What did he think what do you think he thought in the beginning? Like you were just trying to come in and take over, or like, cause it seemed like, cause I did follow it in the beginning before it got to where it's at now.
I feel like he felt like, get in where you fit in or get lost. And it's one of those things, like, if we riding in the car and I see something you don't see, you need to pay attention, and normally he's on it. If I say, if I had a dream, or go left, go right, he won't even hesitate. But, I mean, God knows what your weaknesses are, and the devil knows what to come and ask God to tempt you with. Okay. And he already knew Jonathan's weakness was lust. So he already knew what,
So you don't feel like it was anybody else, nobody like Whack 100, nobody getting in the way of the end goal?
I feel like a lot of people think that they're getting in the way, or think that they have a place that they don't have, and they forget that I'm his mother. At the end of the day, it's going to end with me. I'm going to be there when y'all, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Bobby Brown mama still with him. That's what I mean. Like, they don't really realize, like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga with his mama somewhere with a whole new family. Like, and I just feel like a lot of people didn't respect that, but they didn't know. People in the industry don't know what kind of mama you got. Well, they just meet you and you signing deals and doing shit, and your mama ain't there and you not, requesting for backup. Then they felt like he had the same mom they had, because a lot of people that he dealing with in his circles don't really have their mom and dad the way he had his. Okay. So how could you have respect for something you don't have, or you don't even understand? Right. Mm-hmm. And then when we got in that fight, like, all honesty, right hand to God, I really think Blue thought I was gonna do what I normally do. Because this nigga was trying to pull the phone out and capture the moment. Until he was like, God damn, bitch, you ain't gonna get up.
What was going through your mind during that time?
What was going through my mind was like, take these hits, be still, and then, you know, she gonna be out of here because we can't live here together.
Okay.
And that worked until Callie was like, oh no, y'all done brought the bull out. So then, you know, she had to get her lick back.
Okay.
Even though I begged her not to, because I never want to see my kids, you know what I'm saying, going to war for me. You know what I'm saying? Unless I call y'all. Which I ain't gonna never do, you know, unless it's really that time. And I didn't get a chance to. We just didn't get it. It didn't go the way he thought. That's why if you go back and watch his interview, on one of his interviews, he's like, "My mom normally beats everybody's ass. She just laid there." He was so mad. And I'm like, you have no idea what was going through my mind. I didn't even try. Like, I know she even thinks like, did she just not try, or did she just really get knocked off her feet?
Yeah, cause I know throw them things.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this one up. Oh, she can't live here. She's crazy. But he did. He said, you know what? He was like, Ma, if you throw that water at her again, I'm gonna let y'all handle y'all. I'm gonna let her get you. And I, you know me, I'm like, is you trying to threaten me? I should have been like, babe, come downstairs real quick and monitor this ass whooping. But I also didn't want to like fight nobody's child, because I wouldn't want, you know, one of Callie's dude's mom to like mollywop her, and then I got to go over there, you know. So it was also playing in my mind. A lot of things was going through my mind that night.
So did your thoughts change once the situation happened with Callie?
Oh yeah, I was John. I had to literally go to God, because I was ready to put my own son down. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, are you okay?
Did he ever express?
Do you not know who I am about Callie? Like, what is going on here? Like, they know it. Dre and Blue know. If it's one of y'all against her, I'm on her team. That's just what it is. You know how your mama is. Mm-hmm. She don't care about what they talking about. I don't care what they talking about. So,
did he ever express why it went the way it went?
I think it was because the way that supposedly that she pulled up, and the way her guy pulled up, and it wasn't like, I don't know. I don't want to speak on that because I don't want nobody to be dry snitching, but they didn't pull up like they was family and they wanted to scrap. They pulled up. And he was there to make sure nobody went home if, you know, it didn't go right, and it got flipped all around. Okay. And it went left. He's a really good kid, so I believe that he was just hoping that, you know, she could get her fair one-on-one, because he loves his mama. He would have pulled up and did that for his mama for sure. I think he was hoping that her and Callie could get their one-on-one. But as you could see from the video, you know that wasn't Callie's one-on-one. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You could see that she had already, like she said, fought the gang members and didn't have too much breath left.
You're right, after just having a baby and all of that. Is your grandson's father back in the picture from that situation?
Oh, yeah. He comes by and we, you know, I hug and I apologize to him. And, you know, he's probably doing the best job of all the dads. Oh, that's amazing. Of all my grandkids. That's amazing. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
No, everybody over here is 2025 healing season. It is healing season on my side, you know? Yeah. And I've posted him coming to pick the baby up. And, you know, sometimes I just do it. They think I'm doing Nana and a boo-boo, but I'm really just doing it to show, like, my sons, like, you know what I'm saying? If they went through a whole divorce, they went through some shit that nobody really knows about. He had got a woman, Callie had fought the girl. It was going down over there, you know what I mean? And it was behind the scenes, so nobody really knew. Callie went through hell and back, you know, with this whole thing. She probably lost more than anybody dealing with this shit. But they figured out how to do amicable visits, and they met at the police department, and they did it. And then now, you know, everything is just calmed down and everybody is back to normal. Okay. So, I mean, it takes time, but...
No, definitely it do. Like you said, this is a healing season for a lot of people. Everybody's in their healing moment, and that's a good thing. Yeah. That's something to be proud about.
Yeah, every day even with Dre's situation right now, I'm just like, it's another healing moment. Like, he needs to evaluate his life and see, if you made a mistake, it's okay. Get your paperwork and start over. Try again. I've been married 3 times, and the 3rd time's a charm sometimes. Unfortunately, that's not how it's supposed to be. But, when you start too young and you're not ready, or you let somebody talk you into doing something for, a visit or a package or whatever the case may be, those things you have to pay for later,
Okay. I got 2 questions real quick. One, briefly, I'm married as well, and I'm doing my podcast thing. And as a married woman, my husband, he's not for the camera all like that, but to support me and for me, he will. How do you deal with even positive or negative when they group you and your husband together and he ain't even said nothing or did nothing? He's like, well, he ain't even did nothing.
We communicate about everything, and he sees like everything that's going on. Okay. As far as like our family, he don't see nothing with the Instagram. He don't know. I begged him, like, could you please leave my work separate from what you got going on, because it can get ugly over here, and I don't want this to be, But every now and then he'll run into people that's filling him in or telling him this or telling him that or showing him stuff, and you got to communicate and you got to let him know, like, it sucks, but this is a dirty game. And entertainment is like, it's opening up all your life. You doing these podcasts and you talking to people, but, people gonna start to get jealous and they gonna start talking about you. Mm-hmm. And he just has to be comfortable with that. He has to be comfortable with himself. You guys been together a long time, so he knows you. Okay. You know what I mean? I wouldn't suggest this for like a new couple.
Right, okay.
This could definitely do some damage to a new couple. For sure. He's out of there. Right. But somebody who knows you, knows that this is your job, like, Wendy Williams, like, unfortunately, like, I feel like if they had communicated, they probably could have withstood that, you know what I mean? Because it's women out here, it's devils out here, it's demons out here. They're coming for, what you have. And, I don't look for nothing. I don't care about nothing. I just trust God. Okay. So.
My other question, I did see your interview with Jason Lee.
You didn't see that interview?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. I watched that one.
That was juicy.
That was a good one. I love that interview. Was bomb. I love that interview. I don't know if it was after the interview, but I seen on the blog something that you weren't allowed to his parties or so. What was that about?
So we went to his party, and then one of his homegirls, we know each other from, we know of each other from back in the day. And we had some words on Instagram, which you should never worry about words on Instagram, because nobody, like you said, knows the weight of those words. If you running around fighting people on Instagram for words or getting into it with people in real life for words, like, something's wrong in here. And so he thought that her and I were having words because people saw us talking, and he thought it was something which it wasn't. And luckily, somebody from my group videoed the whole thing knowing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my team, because they videoing like, so she can't lie, I can't lie, this is what it was. They didn't know we had the video. We just keep receipts. Okay. Camera's always rolling on 6-Side, okay? So I don't know if she just let it linger, like, oh yay, he's posting me. And I'm getting some attention right now, instead of calling him and being like, no, Jason, we had a woman to woman and we was cool. Mm-hmm. So he did the little messy thing, he got a job to do too. Right. And so he got a little messy without asking me, just always assuming, because I'm always in some drama or some mess, that's what it was. I'm not about to ever act unladylike in the presence of my husband. I don't give a fuck if you spit on me. I'm gonna call the police if my husband there. You know what I'm saying? But if he not there and I'm with you, bitch, it's up. No. But so he thought it was something that it wasn't. I still haven't gotten an apology, but I did get an invite to pull up for his new show on my show on Zeus Network. I got an invite. Go figure. So, I mean, hopefully that interview he'll, give the apology that he needs to give.
So you and her had the talk after you did the interview with him, or this was before?
We hadn't. It was after the interview. Okay. So he had a little Hollywood Unlocked, whatever.
Oh, y'all went out after the interview type stuff.
No. He had invited me after the interview. Gotcha. So first I had the interview with him, and then we went to the little gala thing or whatever he has every year. Saw Claudia there. We ain't giving this bitch no clout, right?
Gotcha. No,
Saw her there.
I was just trying to figure out the timeline. Like,
no.
That happened, then you did the interview, or
exactly. No, hell no. Now I'm gonna go do an interview, in hopes of getting an apology and another invite.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see Cardi B again.
Got you. Okay.
I need some more clout from Cardi B.
How's the restaurant? I know you guys redid everything. I seen that.
Okay, there's no you guys. When I walked out on the restaurant, which I tried not to do, even after the guy got kicked in the head and I was woozy at home, my husband still went and opened up the restaurant. We didn't close the restaurant and walk out until after Callie's stuff. And then at that point, it was like, okay, this is getting too dangerous. We're done. So we walked out after that, and he kept it closed, and he just recently reopened it. But as he was locked up, just so y'all know, I was trying to reopen it for him because I knew he was still having to pay for it. So I did, reach out to his team to see if they wanted me to go in there and still open the doors once everything had calmed down. But he said no, he had it. So he opened under, it's called, what is it called, babe? King of Crabs.
Okay.
And he opened with a partner, and so it's a whole new establishment.
Okay, so was that stressful for you running that? And would you, like, right now with the new building, like you said, would you leave it like they got it now, or did you still? I'm
glad that they have it. We did. It's not something that we wanted to do. Okay. We did that because our son asked us to, but it wasn't something we wanted to do because we had the restaurant in Ohio, and it's a lot of work, especially for older people. Right. But we enjoyed it. We had some good moments there. We had packed out every day. We started doing comedy at nights, and I was building up courage to get up there. But yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay. Anything new coming up? Any projects you got going on? Anything?
So I am trying to get Callie and Jaden into the studio, so I can executive produce something with them.
Like a song or something?
Yeah, okay. Something with them together. He had come out and tried to take over, but I'm also working with the kids on getting them agents and on television. So I got some meetings coming up for the baby girl. Carter's really interested. Javon hasn't really made up his mind yet. He acts just like his dad. But I feel like once we get there, he'll get excited and want to get on board. But Carter and Journey are ready to go.
They seem like they're used to the camera by now.
Yeah, they're so used to the camera, and they're so ready to go.
Okay.
So,
well, that's got to be fun. The whole family
is going to sit back and manage the next generation and try to do it right this time. I don't really know what I did wrong last time. Maybe y'all know, and ain't nobody telling me, but I thought I was doing a great fucking job. Shit.
Any celebrity parties interesting you've been to or anything? Just in your journey?
I'm kind of old and dried out after 30 minutes. My butt be hurting in there. Girl, I do one twerk move and a fart come out. Girl. Be like, bitch, I'm done. Take me home. You get 52, you can't laugh without farting. So every time I try to do one, I drop one twerk and it's over.
You is fried. Yes.
I just be at home with the grandkids and chilling.
Enjoying them.
Mm-hmm.
Booked and busy?
No. I'm almost done with the book.
Oh, you're booked.
That's kind of why everybody's in a frenzy because I wrote Angelic Trauma, and a lot of it has our grandfather in there.
Okay.
No, I didn't tell nobody that our grandfather shot our grandma because, I don't want to encourage no bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a sip of
But I know they hot on our trail. I know they about to tell, so I like to just get my shit out before they get it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if y'all would know, if y'all go do y'all family tree research on me, y'all could have already broke me down. Bitch, this toxicity came a long time ago.
Okay.
But you know what? Our grandparents died married, happily married together.
Yes.
Ain't nobody go to jail. Ain't nobody die.
You said our grandmother looked like Sexy Red. What was that about? Was that back in her day, or was it like...
This is a setup question that you got to get, right? Okay, they get a little funky when it comes to Bessie. See, they got them people out there, too, in the hallway.
Honestly, I laughed. I'm like, I know you. I'm like,
some of the cousins cuss me out, and I'm like, how could y'all not see it? Grandma and
Oh,
Sexy
you was
Red.
serious.
I was serious
I'm
as a
thinking
heart
you
attack.
being a comedian.
You remember when Grandma had her? Y'all never knew Grandma when she had her body, because I'm the oldest. I said, Grandma had a banging body. Okay. And that's why Grandpa had shot her in the leg, because she was she was good. So yeah, I feel like, you know, the glasses and the little shape, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, she was very mild-spoken and very sweet, but we don't know her back then when she could have been talking shit.
Oh, our grandma?
Yeah, our grandma. But I was just feeling like the glasses and the whole thing just gives me Grandma Bessie. The complexion. I don't know why they thought I was hating on Grandma.
Honestly, I thought you was. I know we're Leos. We're automatically funny. I thought you was just.
Yeah,
funny.
like I feel like our sarcasm in the family has been a problem for us, though, and I be trying to work on it. I feel like you.
That's with any family. That's with any family. We still go through it.
Yeah,
you know, our family cut deep in the moment, and then we act like nothing ever happened. So I get that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you got the book coming out. You going for the Netflix series?
I'm going for the Tubi. I'm just kind of stacking up my episodes because now I got options to make like generational money.
Okay.
You know, we have like 20,000 subscribers on 6side, you know, so your girl got a little, you know, I got a little something working with something. But I can't really get the kids to like want to be as a part of it as we started off. Okay. You know, when we started off, we was taking family pictures. It was like 20 of us trying to, you know, like we're so excited about getting like somewhat of a Cosby, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, the toxic Cosby.
Is it that everybody's branching off, finding their own lane, maybe?
It could be. But you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own thing too, but I'm still trying to wiggle my way back to make sure, you know, that there's something there for the grandkids. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're having a house built, and we have like, right now, we have in our house, we have rooms, mini rooms for the kids and toys, and, you know, it looks like I have kids at my house. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the pot has to remain for the family. And I think that's kind of where everybody is like, I know you want to get your bag and you get a bag and you get a bag and you get a bag, but like, we all got to take care of these kids. They don't drop diapers off. They don't drop off clothes. I don't even let them bring their shoes here. I got all my stuff. You know how I roll. I got all my stuff they need. You know what I mean? I got a red bucket for Journey. Yeah, you know how your mama is. That's you know, Grandma Bessie. That's how we roll. Right. Like, you don't need to bring nothing. So they drop them off. And they go. You know, I pray that they go and try to get a bag and come back and get them, or, you know, just to give them a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's how hard it is to be out here trying to make moves and you got 2 kids on your hip. 2 babies. So I'm trying to give them what I didn't have also.
Okay. No, that's understandable.
Because, you know, I had to beg y'all to babysit. Nobody wasn't trying to help me.
Yeah. One thing I did want to address, we are in Dub City. This is now my city. I know at one point you ran your city at one point. But being your cousin, I get this question asked all the time, and I just, you know, I'm tired of explaining it. I'd rather you just let them know. They keep saying, Carlissa's from Cali, Carlissa's from Ohio, Carlissa's from Warren, she's from Youngstown, she lived here. Can you let the people know?
We from Bracefield, Ohio. Hey, girl, we planted crops. Our people own farms. We own land. Like, don't get on here. Y'all want us to say Warren, it's the dub, bitch. We was landowners, okay? Our grandparents had land. We planted tomatoes. We planted our own food, okay?
Teach me something.
Yeah, you ain't know.
Okay.
But you come from a very rich...
cucumbers.
Cucumbers and tomatoes. Okay, I planted cucumbers and tomatoes with my great-granddad.
Okay.
So we come from a very, very wealthy stock. So what we are doing is kind of in our DNA. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We came from bosses. Okay. Married bosses. So we married women's too. Okay. We ain't just hoes on the stroll.
Clock that.
Yeah, clock that. So yeah, but Warren is the closest
to Bracefield.
Closest place to claim. So yes, I'm Warren, Ohio. To the core.
And you went to school out here?
I graduated from Warren G. Harding. Okay. I had my first child here.
You also lived in Youngstown as well, correct?
I also lived in Youngstown. My mom is from Youngstown. And anything that people get twisted about, they'll be able to verify, confirm, and fact check in the book.
Sometimes it just be that she's from Youngstown, she's from Warren. No, she's from Youngstown, she's from Warren. It's like,
well, you know, I did
both.
high school in Youngstown, so they probably remember me from Youngstown, but I'm definitely from both.
What school in Youngstown?
You know, my parents are both Harveys.
Right, I do know that. Right.
So I don't know if we all related, and that's what's wrong with us, but my entire family on both sides of my family, last name is Harvey.
Okay.
So I'm to the core Harvey.
Right.
And my other Harvey family, grandparents, own land in Youngstown.
Okay.
So I came from some legit people.
Okay, so basically best of both worlds. Youngstown, Warren, Ohio, Cali, both.
Exactly. Well, you know, I moved to Cali with y'all.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I came out there with y'all when I was like, what, 18, 19?
Yeah, Dre was like 4 or 5.
I was wanted then.
What?
Police was looking for me, so my daddy see, that's what I'm saying. They not really digging and doing their homework. I was the first person in Warren, Ohio that they used that stun gun on.
Oh, wow.
They zipped my ass real good, okay? And then my daddy bailed me out and sent me to California. So I still probably got a warrant here right now. You remember that time I went up in
Well, glad this show is pre-recorded. So by the time they look for you, it'll be a couple days ago that you said that.
I got 3 days to get out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
fast.
Yeah, girl. So I said they was trying to lock me up for like going in somebody's house. You know, burglar. What they call it, B&E or.
Yeah, B&E.
I broke in and they whooped my ass. I thought I was going to whoop their ass, but when I got in there, it was 2 of them. They got the whooping on me, and I ran out. And when I ran out, the police was out there. They said, get down on the ground. And I took off running. They grabbed me. They threw me. They grabbed me, and I started tussling with them. And I broke loose, and then I was getting ready to take off running. He said, I'm going to tase you. And I was like, it just hit me, girl. I was like, oh, shit, they tased me. I'm down. It didn't really hurt though. I just felt like maybe my adrenaline was just like that's when I was on that cocaine.
Girl. Yeah.
I'm lying, girl. I ain't never did no I'm lying.
Oh Lord. Anything you want to say to the people, to the folks, to me, to just overall, anything you want to let the world know that they don't know already? Anything you want to say?
I just want to say that if you counted any of my kids out, you're going to be so fucking hurt when we get to the next level of where we're going. Because if you believe that I didn't do my very best, and you believe that they are not going to overcome, and we just the most viral family on the internet is by chance, I just say keep watching. That's all I can say. And I'm really glad that you didn't make this interview all about them other people. You know what I mean? And I really hope that you are blessed in whatever it is that you do. I'm so glad that I pulled up. This is legit like the most. And I've been on some sets, okay?
Oh, I know.
You did your thing in here.
Thank you.
So, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. And any way that I can support, share, whatever it is, I'm on it. Okay,
2 more things. Any advice you have for me in this entertainment?
I need you to come set me up. No, I'm just playing. Don't take anything personal. And when I came in here, I said, don't give me a nice interview. Give me the interview that you want. You know what I mean? So, and you can't really don't be everybody's friend. When you sit down, you was easy on me, and I appreciate that. But go in, ask the questions that the people really want to know. So everything that you do, you know what I mean, you need an antagonist and you need a protagonist. Make sure you rock out both of those equally. You know what I mean? As much as you are sweet and as much as you are nice, you still got to get into the nitty gritty. And you know what I mean? You just have to let people know when the interview is over.
Okay.
The people want the truth. They don't want, this day and age, people are not, they're not going with that bullshit.
Okay. Hopefully I will have you back as a guest at another time. This was just a warm-up for my subscribers and my viewers because I'm kind of introducing, I'm pretty sure the whole world knows who you is, but I'm introducing my platform and my subscribers to you now. So hopefully later on down the line, we'll bring it back, and then I'll be ready with them nitty-gritty questions that you're talking about.
All your homework.
Yeah, and get my viewers, let them see what they want to know and everything. This was unexpected. You told me not to say nothing. I didn't drop no flyer, no nothing. So I really didn't get a chance to ask any of my subscribers, like, hey, if y'all follow them, any questions y'all got or anything, you know. But
yeah, and if you ever out my way, just pull up. You could, you know.
Okay, I definitely appreciate you coming. As a cousin, I love you. Blessings on your journey. I hope everything come full circle and pan out how you want it to pan out. Let the people know where they can find you if they don't know where to find you, any platform, and then we gonna rock out.
On my Instagram is karlissa_angelic. You can find all my information in my bio, and make sure y'all tune in to the show, and make sure y'all get ready to read this book, because the book is not really just all about me.
Okay.
I tried to write the book in a way that a single mom that's trying to figure out a way, or, you know, to encourage them to know that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? All this is possible, but you got to be able to stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all have it here, Mama Blue, aka Miss Karlissa Staffo, aka my big
AKA Carmen Kelly.
Carmen Kelly, for real. It's your girl China Harvey, aka the doll, and we out.
Ooh, clock that.
Yeah, this is Doll Room 330. Don't ever think we can't afford nobody. Hey, it's right here for you. Tap in with us. This is all prop money, though, baby. It's all prop money, baby. Just tap in with us. It's all blue faces. You know what I'm saying? They say our cousin BlueFace. It's all blue faces. Tap in with us. Blue Babyface E coming to the town. Tap in with us. We got that paper for you. Kendrick Lamar, whoever. Jay-Z, Michelle Obama. Name your price. We got that for you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just come check us out, man. We just want a one-on-one. I don't know why they so nervous. Doll Room 330.